Welcome to episode 17. Keeping it real with Chris Williams
Real.
and Jairo de Leon.
What's up, man?
How you been, man?
It's another day. It's
How was your
good
weekend?
day.
How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. My daughter turned 1, so we had
beautiful.
Yeah. We had my other two. So I have 3 kids all together. Right. My other 2 kids were a little jealous because my daughter, we got like a little goat farm and nice little taco guy, and she had all the like real nice balloon. My wife made a real nice balloon garland, but that animals and goats and everything to a party.
Oh, wow. So you bought the farm.
The whole farm.
So the other kids were a little jealous.
Oh yeah. They said we didn't have that. I said, you guys had a nice little cake from Albertsons, and it was spruced up really nice. That's all I could afford at that time.
Right?
Like, they don't be knowing the difference. What about you? How was that weekend?
I was busy, man. A lot of projects at home, trying to figure that out. So it's kind of like being dad, being husband, but then the work projects are happening at home. Yet at the same time, it's more like the NBA playoffs.
Ooh.
So I keep telling my kids what y'all want to do, because at 5 o'clock, I'm busy.
Shutting down.
On Saturday. They're like, Dad, but you're not working. I said, you don't understand. It's NBA Finals.
You're right.
And the Lakers are playing.
And Lakers are playing against Warriors, too.
Warriors who?
Warriors who?
I don't know. Just getting my Warrior fans out there. Much love. But right now, we're the Lakers, man. This is the championship.
So think about that. So with all that being said, that's the fun things that are happening. But when we step into this wonderful Riverside City College we are faculty at, that we have the pleasure of working at,
right?
We see students freaking out a little bit.
A lot.
They're freaking out. The semester's coming to an end.
Yeah.
Deadlines are coming up. Our deadlines have passed. That's one very, very important thing. Before we even get into the chaos and the details about the chaos, make sure you all know your deadlines.
Please.
Deadlines. And when I say deadlines, I'm talking about your drop deadlines. I'm talking about registration. Registration is going on right now.
Right.
Make your appointment with your counselors. Get your schedule figured out. That's going to ease a lot of anxiety right there.
Right. And I'll even throw it out there. Talk to your professors. This whole week, man, I've been thinking about what students are going to go through the next couple weeks. I just encourage you, talk to your professors. If you think you're struggling on a class, just ask. It's not really that difficult.
It's not.
Hey, Professor X, Y, and Z, I know I kind of slip up on the last exam. Is there extra credit? No?
Yes.
Okay, now you know. Or if you would have never asked, the teacher would have said, man, I was giving you 100 points.
Yep.
You just didn't ever ask.
Yep.
So I encourage you guys. I know it's the next couple weeks. It's going to get rough. It'll get hard. We're listening to it, right? In counseling,
all the
in
time.
the EOPS department, we're hearing, Mr. De Leon, I'm getting frustrated. Do I drop? What's the strategy? Ooh, there it goes. The strategy.
I love it.
And this is where they
say
come
it
to
again.
counseling.
Say it
Strategy.
again. They didn't hear you.
Strategy.
Ooh.
Okay? And I'm being real about that, keeping it real, no pun intended. The reality is, this is what we hear, is to build that strategy. I always tell my students, right? Tag us in. This is like a wrestling match, right? Like a WWE, where you're feeling down, and this is where they need to come to Chris Williams, come to Jairo de Leon and say, hey, guys, tag me in.
Yeah.
We're asking, tag us in.
Exactly.
We're ready.
Yeah.
Because we have been there, and we know the struggle, and the struggle is real. Okay, so
and then the counseling department is always trying to improve different strategies to be able to outreach to you all.
Yeah.
Something that we started today is we have what's called walk-in counseling, meaning you're going to start seeing counselors from the general counseling department all over campus.
Yes.
So the breezeway is going to be a hot spot, the cafeteria in front of the Kane building, and these are these don't require appointments. So if you have questions, if you need to know what classes you could take at this current time without, just because you're not able to get an appointment because everybody's making appointments, we have a schedule up. So you could come inside of the counseling department in the Charles A. Kane building and ask the front desk, is there any walk-in counseling apartments? Is there a way that I could see a counselor today?
So let me get this straight.
Yeah,
if I'm a student,
talk to me.
I got my backpack. I just got out of English 1A.
Okay.
Or you know what? I just hear I'm not going to pass my English 1A.
Ooh.
I can just go to where the counseling person is at and say,
Exactly.
I may not pass my English 1A. How can you counsel me?
How can you help me?
Gotta
Yeah.
be
So
kidding.
so not only do we have it in person, but we also have drop-ins online. So there is no
Jeez.
excuse for you
No
not to be
excuses.
able to ask a counselor a
Right.
question. But I love what you said.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important, especially at this point, for you to talk with your
Yeah.
professor
Yeah.
to figure out if there's extra credit. Don't give if you have a D right now, talk to your professor. Is there a way I could get a C or a B at this point?
Right.
Can I redo
Yes.
subjects? Can I redo papers? But the question that I have for them is how bad do you want it?
Yeah.
If you don't want it,
Yeah.
what's the point?
And you know the crazy part, Chris, is another week's gonna pass by, another semester's gonna pass by. They're gonna come and talk to us. What do we do? You gotta take that class again.
Yep.
It's a prerequisite. It's general ed.
Exactly.
Well, what do I do? Well, this is why you want us. It's why you want to come and see us, right? Now, is there like a date and time where counselors may no longer be there? Not no longer going to be there, but for this walk-in, is there like a? Do we still know that or no?
No. So that's still up in the air. What
Okay.
we were doing right now, just because it was the first days, we were piloting it.
Oh,
so we piloted it.
Okay.
As you can see when we were walking over here, we literally within 3 hours we had 2 pages almost worth of students.
Wow.
Meaning normally with 3 counselors in a 3-hour period, we would see 9 students, but we had quadruple that. So just that alone lets me know that pilot worked great. But then you put on it being registration and everything that's going on at this time. But you know it was hard.
Yeah.
It was hard. I mean, think back when you were in college and
Yeah.
everything. Like, how hard was it to, like, hey, this is my first finals. It's different than high school.
I think what it was is you get more pressure towards the end because if you have that one teacher that only gives you points on exams, you know it's either it's a winning ticket or no. But then you got the other teachers, right, that have a couple quizzes, a couple assignments. You can get away with those. But then you got those professors where, look, I'm giving you 4 exams and that's it. And you're on your 4th exam. But then we remind students what? Your English 1A may hold more value than your Art 6.
Exactly.
And sometimes you need to know how to balance where.
Hey, they need to look at Rate My Professor right there.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I think that comes up on ratemyprofessor.com.
I'm telling you, if we had
We live off that.
ratemyprofessor.com and by the time I'm going to college, I think I want to save myself a lot of time.
Hey, I had it.
Yeah.
I had it. I used that.
Tap it up. quick.
Yes, yeah. But back to that drop-in, we are going to send out a mass email to students too, just so students are able to know about these different things that we have going on.
And we gotta remind our students, man, they have to be participants of what's being offered. Because at the end of the day, if we don't see numbers, then it didn't work.
Right.
But we saw numbers today, right? Those 2 pages. So now we're able to take that to our meetings and go,
right.
This is something that is working for our students. But how do we even know that if students don't participate?
Yeah.
So it's a give and take, okay? It's a give and take. If you're a student out there and you see that, take opportunity of those options because then we can bring it up to the next group of people and say, this actually works to help our students to what? Break those barriers, you know?
And I'm not trying to sound like the I don't know if you all remember that old commercial, funniest damn commercial, the Everest College guy, so you'd be you'd be sitting on your couch at like 1 p.m. and he'd be like, you sitting at home, you're not doing nothing. What are you doing? Get up, do something with your life. I'm not trying to be that guy, but what I am gonna say is that it all comes down to how bad do you want this?
How do you want it, man?
And you having that, and we talk about this. You could go back to this is one thing that I think we're consistent about.
Yes, we are.
Is students' consistency and students' motivation.
Yeah.
And it's always fun to start school, right?
Yeah.
Like first time starting school. Or even for our older students who come back to school. I'm going to say non-traditional age students who come back to school. You know, when you're getting a class list and you figuring out that you're accepted and you're registered for your classes, you're at your highest motivation. Right? But what happens at the time of you registering for those classes to when that barrier hits? What happens?
Well, I think this is a time where you have to come through.
Exactly. This is clutch.
I don't need you to come through on the first week of school. If we're gonna, look at the perspective of finishing something you started, this is the time where the student really needs to look into and ask themselves, how bad do you want it? Because I guarantee you, I give this example all the time. I'm a big Kobe fan, and Kobe's no longer with us, but if Kobe was gonna be here at 4 a.m. tomorrow, I'm not going home today, Chris. I'm staying in my car and wait till 2 a.m. and get in that line. Because what? Because it matters to me.
Yeah.
And sometimes we got to remind ourselves what matters to us is what we give value. Give value to your school. Give value waking up every morning, go to class. So you're telling me at the end of the day, you're going to put all that effort. So in 2-3 weeks,
it's all taken away from you.
It's like, come on, you got to think about that.
And that's the thing. We see that teaching Guidance 48, which is college success. Yeah. I see that all the time. A student will be doing very well. Yeah. And the final comes around, and the final is told to an individual numerous of times, and it's not done. No email, no talking about it, and they just throw their hands up, and it goes from sometimes a B to a D, and it's just like, why? What? But you just can't believe it.
But here's one thing I'm going to say too, and I know it's going to probably sound a little bit harsh, but someone got to tell you, at the end of the day, it is your responsibility to come through. This whole thing about, well, my teacher never said nothing to me. Oh, my teacher never told me I was failing the class. Man, hold up a minute. No. You have to have some responsibility and accountability for your success. Right. Because if that's going to be the case, and I know once again it's a little bit harsh, they don't take credit when you walk in that. Hey, don't take credit.
Exactly. Hey, you did that real.
See, that's the thing.
Got a little rhythm in there.
Because we did it. Yep. Yeah. We did high school, college, Cal State, in my case, private school. Man, when I hear that, it made me excited because I put the effort as opposed to, my teacher never got to me. So how hungry could you be, or you should be? It really matters towards the end of each semester. And I'm telling you, if spring semester you're feeling it hard, wait till fall semester. That Thanksgiving come around. Gosh. That Christmas comes around.
Different feeling, yep.
And then I gotta do a final.
Yep. When you don't want to at the most inconvenient time, but going back to that sound of graduation, knowing that you did this and you got family there and you got your kids there looking at dad walk across the stage. He's doing something important.
Yeah. And for those who are doing that in the next couple of weeks,
hey, congrats.
I'm proud of you.
Congrats.
Man. I'm looking at you going, hey, keep on doing you. Because at the end of the day, you put in the work, did the quiz, you did the test. Yep. You had those days where you're probably bringing down a tear because you felt overwhelmed, or your teacher never got back to you, but you still stayed the course. You still stay moving forward, and I'm proud of you. If you don't hear it from someone, you're hearing it from today, from Chris and myself. Hey, we're proud of you. Fact. Okay? And when you're walking on that stage, you look at other people and say, I've earned that. Now think about that for a moment, that
earned it.
You earned it.
Earned it.
It wasn't just given to you.
And nobody, that's one thing that my dad used to say to me is no one could take that degree away. Yeah. No one. Nobody. You could, and the feeling is different. I mean, you have a degree and you lose a job. It's so much easier to you, even if it's not the same job, you're bouncing back with something. That was one of the things that I learned at having a degree, is even at a young age, it just was a lot easier to interview and approach people. And the thing is degrees. Just because someone has a degree doesn't mean they're the smartest person in the room. What a degree means is that you stuck it out. Yeah. You were consistent to be motivated and graduate. You may not be the smartest person in the room, but you are one of the most consistent people who went through what you went through, whatever barriers, and stuck it out. That's what it's telling employers.
And one of the things I noticed from employers, they like that.
Love it.
They like that accountability that you did something, you started something, and you finished it. So what does that tell to an employer? You're gonna start something with me, and you're gonna finish it with me. So I think you're right. Even the degrees, there are people with multiple degrees. Yep. But at the end of the day, it's knowing and utilizing the resources you have here at Riverside City College, right? Because some people always come and tell me, Mr. Leon, should I get 5 degrees? Should I get 2 degrees? Should I get 1 degree? Oh. It's more like, well, what's going to work for you? Because at the end of the day, I'm good. I'm good in my office, you know. It's what degrees are going to work for you and what's going to provide you the more opportunities once you're done with
and what's the reason? That's always my question. We're doing 5 degrees.
Yeah.
What is the reason? Are you an individual who just wants the plaques on the wall? Are you a lifelong college student? That's fine. You could be that, but my first question is what is that goal? And how are these 4 degrees, 8 associate's degrees, going to be better than you getting 1 bachelor degree?
Yeah.
So what's that difference?
Yeah.
College is a great thing. We talked about what it does for an employer, but another thing is it allows you to speak to a diverse group of individuals. Correct. You in college, I have never spoke with almost literally every single thinking.
Yeah.
Rather it be political, rather it be personal or professional.
Yep.
Almost every single culture. Was exposed to so many different things. So much that degree does for you. So when we talk about a light at the end of the tunnel, it's more than just obtaining employment. It's more than just saying that you're educated and you have a degree. It does so much for your personal life.
Right. Now, I would even want to top it once again to remind our students that fatigue is real.
It is.
It's going to get overwhelming. It's going to get challenging.
Yep.
You're going to want to quit. You're going to want to say, you know what, college ain't for me. But as soon as you start saying those things to yourself, you need to think about how can I reach out to Chris? How can I reach out to Jairo and get their perspective on how to overcome that?
So what would you say if a student tells you that? If they say, you know what, 3 weeks into the semester, you know what, I don't think this is for me. I mean, what advice do you have for me?
The advice I would give a student who comes with that is how happy do you want to be? That would be my question. How happy do you want to be? Because I know 90% is I want to be happy. Mm-hmm. Hey, let's go get it. Stop making excuses. Look for ways to go around it. Mm-hmm. Because if I fall into that pit where you're in already, then that's a blind leading the blind. Well, I don't know well, you know what? I think you're right. I think you should quit college. You got to be kidding me.
Right.
Hey, you work 14 weeks or 16 weeks and let 2 weeks ruin 16. Come on. Don't do that to yourself.
Don't do it.
You're better. You deserve more. I think that's how I will respond. How would you respond, man?
I always, when someone says that, I always want to ask, like, so we're at the very beginning of the semester. What came to this? I want to ask, who are the top 5 people they're hanging out with? You know, who are the top 5 people they're hanging out with? Are any of them where you want to be? Yeah. Are any of them who you aspire to be? Are they on the same level as you? Or are they lower than you?
Yeah. Well, obviously, they're coming with that negativity.
Yeah. So, but I want them to see what I'm saying. So, if your top 5 people are constantly pulling you and bringing you down, it's not going to just be school. You're saying this. You're going to start your job and think, you know, McDonald's is crap because I mean they get $15 an hour. I got $6.25 at Wendy's, so I know inflation, whatever. But just little things like the experience that you get, like not thinking of the glass half full, the experience at McDonald's of me having customer service rather than nothing on my. That's a whole nother conversation we gotta have. That's a whole nother conversation.
That might be episode 18.
Hey.
You know?
Hey. We love you all. Again, there's a lot of comments. I want to address a lot of the comments that individuals had on episode 18. Right. But we definitely want you all to leave more comments.
Yes, please do so.
Yeah, because we get interesting topics based off of the comments that you leave on things that you think myself and Jairo Dead Lion should talk about. Subscribe. He growled. He's growling.
Sound effects. I don't need
like, subscribe, share. We love it. Yes. Like, subscribe, share. If it's not for you, it's for someone else. Thank you.
You guys have a wonderful day. You guys take care.